Hello ladies and gents, I'm the Rev, and this is Starpoint Gemini Warlords. And today we're going to be looking at the third release of DLC since the game came out of early access, called Cycle of Warfare. Now, as you can imagine, it's kind of designed around the sandbox scenarios, but we'll get right on into it. And of course, you can still do the campaign, Titan's Return. And then we move on to Conquest. Now this is where things start getting a little different. As you can see down here, we've got starting advantage. So you can make so you have no starting advantage or a lot. You can pick whatever area you want to go into. And you might be thinking, well, what about your station and stuff? Well, that'll be the first thing we check out. So hold on, I've already got a save set up here. So hold on. When we come back, I'm going to show you guys the ground-based version of all the upgrades. So hold on. Alrighty folks, and this game works, this scenario works pretty much exactly like the other one, with one difference. You don't have a space station. You do it all on the ground. Down here, construction. And just like in the base normal games of Warlords, pretty much the exact same type of setup for things that you need and you can have for upgrades and build. As you can see, trade tasks. So you don't have everything, but you do have a sizable portion, everything unlocked here in this scenario with everything turned up. But we've got our fleets, and
you've cleared the dock.
When you go to the map, you see we just start down here. Of course, we've got our fun artifact vaults, and the fog of war is still turned on this one. I'll have it turned off on another map that I've got going, but you can see we can get right on into our trade deals and start making money, and you can dominate and of course then blow the whole map up if you want. So hold on, there are a couple more things to check out. Alrighty, so we've got a scenario settings. Of course, we'll do challenge in a sec, but when you want to go to customs, you can see here, this was in the game before, Destroyer of Worlds, all kinds of stuff, and it just basically sets you up with various game types, you know, things against you, not against you, how much money you got, how much stuff you have. Alrighty, the challenge modes. Basically, you choose a scenario, which is the whole game is set up around a couple of premises. So the best and the most fun, of course, is going to be the Asharis. For any of you long-time fans, you already know, but the Ashari, for those of you who don't, came into the Sol system and wiped it out. Pretty much drove mankind through the Gemini Gate into the galaxy that we're in now, which is, of course, Starpoint Gemini. And they have now come back, I guess have come through the gate. So personally, one of my hopes is that the devs will actually build maybe, you know, the next game, a massive war between us and the Ashari. But in this Scorched Earth, it is set up a very specific way. So what we're first going to do is go check out the Ashari save that I have. And as always, if you guys want to see more of it and live stream it, please smash that like button. Let me know down in the comments and which you want to see, the Ashari or the pirates. And we'll do the pirates second. So hold on one second, and we are going to go hit the Ashari save that I have so I can explain how they've got it set up, because it is different. So hold on one second. Alrighty folks, this is a battleship, and of course I painted the front so I can tell what direction my ship's pointed in as we go through various types of combat. I got my little shippies here around me, and we've got our station. Now, the big difference between the main, say, Starpoint Gemini Warlords and this is you don't have a station to work with, you don't have any upgrades. So if you're looking for a burn, kill kind of scenario, this is definitely the one. So we head on in here, and of course they did put it in so you can turn this off so you don't have to see every time a ship lands, but I wanted to leave that in for you guys. Oh, as always, I know I have to reload that. So we'll start with the shipyard because I'm sure everyone who wants to see the ships. You can see you can start from a gunship, and you just slowly work your way up. I think you start in a frigate. In fact, yeah, this is the ship you start in, and 120 for with one turret, and this one's got actually 2 turrets on each side. Then of course we have our heavy weapons, no cloak, engines, shields, transporter. And then you just start working your way up. As you can see here, 8 million credits. Oh, 18. And I think this is the one that I am currently rocking. Yes, it is. And it's the Battleship. And I have already taken over one planet, and I'll show you guys in a second what the map looks like. But so we've got a 100,000 for the whole, nothing in the cargo, and price 18 million. Then of course, Battleship. Actually, the Battleship, that's the one that I'm in right now. And yeah, there is the Dreadnoughts. And you can see things just start getting crazy as we go higher and higher here with the power refill. And then this is the only one that has a hangar with fighters. So if you want to rock a carrier, you can. But again, you know, you're taking a pretty big hit when it comes to the power that you'll be able at your fingertips. So, and the turrets. I mean, you don't get nearly as much. You get a little bit better protection around your ship, but and it's matter of choice. And then we have just our basic research. Now the cool thing about this is as you have money, it will just unlock the ship so you can build your fleet as quick as possible, and then refit, and you only have your heavy weapons, the shield upgrade, the engine upgrades, the grappler upgrades, and the transporter upgrades. Those are the ones that you have. And I think Halo too, right? Or, yeah, and you have it, of course, the upgrade for the carriers. And that's all you got to worry about on this side. I mean, that's it. Now, when it comes to weapon systems, this is where I can understand they're an alien race. You want to use their specific type of alien weapons, but all we've got are beam weapons, period. As you go all the way down, everything is beam weapons until you get to the heavy weapons. Ooh, really? 95 million? Holy crap. And then, of course, all the familiar, if you have played in the past, heavy weapons. And one of the other big things I notice is when you are fighting, you can actually really fire your heavy weapons off a lot, which is cool because you will need that. Then of course you've got your ship building, and it just gives you everything unlocked basically to begin with. So as you get enough money, you can build a fleet. Once you beat a planet, also they start giving you fleets. So, and then now we're going to talk about how do you make money, and I'm going to go over real briefly how to do it. But it's basically the jobs board. And it's the same kind of jobs that you deal with in the main game, but you use the jobs board to, and I would recommend to do this, especially once you get out of the first ship and you start upgrading your way up. You've got more stuff, start going after the veterans and the war masters, but everything is interwoven to make as much money as possible because you don't have an industry. So if you go over here to your personal log and you go into and this is one good thing that is, of course, in the game is bounty hunting. Before they call them nemesis now, and if you really want, you can come kill me if you can. But go to your side missions and you start with basically destroy 15 ships to unlock 3 new quests, and then it goes to these 3 quests, And as you unlock more things, for instance, let's see, oh, so yeah, it was the military hunt, Nemesis hunt, it continues to add things for you to do. Now, this is the big way when I was talking about how things are intermixed, how you make money. Capture ships. See, I've captured 44. I've been able to build a small fleet. I can take over, you know, small planets. As I get further away and the territories get bigger and I need bigger and better ships, you know, you just keep going, but you capture ships. So every time you go on a war hunt, you're killing stuff and you're capturing the ship, whatever ships you can. Of course, you can't do the War Master themselves that you're hunting, but you can go after all of his support ships and get cruisers and battleships and that kind of thing. Now, if you are curious as how it's balanced, again, even with one of the highest upgrades you can get, you can still only take over ships about where kind of ships that you, where you're at. So if you're in a battleship, you're not going to be taking over carriers. So, but anyways, as we go up here, you can see capture destroyers. It wants you to do a whole bunch of those, capture carriers. And every time you do this, you get bonuses, money, money, money. Military hunt, 2. And then purge 13 planets to unlock new quests. Well, now that makes me wonder if they have an idea for what happens once you clear all of it. Because, you know, you're talking a solid 40 plus, at the very least 40 hours, because I've already put 20 hours just into this save. 40 hours plus to crank out killing all the planets. So, whew, I don't know what that next quest would be, but sounds interesting. And of course, you have no skills or perks at all. So it's just you and your ship. And then, of course, we've got our enhancements as always. And it's the same one from the base game. So that should help a little bit. And of course, you got your dry dock where you can just buy things and move things right on over. And if you guys want to see how I've got my ship set up, as always, smash that like button. We get enough, I'm gonna live stream. In fact, the more likes we get for this stuff, the more live streaming shows that I will do in a row. So you guys keep hammering that stuff, and we will see how far we can dominate Gemini. All right, so the star chart's the last thing I haven't shown you guys, and it looks a little different now. I did make a point of shutting the fog of war off so I could have a little bit better an idea, and it looks a little different than what you're used to. So of course, everything is against you. You can't go anywhere. Everywhere's a fight, which is cool. And as you take over areas, it all gets shut down, right? As you can see here, all shut down, all shut down. I just have to kill that station. And of course, you get points, or you get credits for everything that you do in the game. So as you're blowing up stuff, blowing up ships, and then either shooting the derelicts or using the swarm host to deconstruct it, or whatever you want to call it. Anyways, you get points for that, or you get credits for that. So it's all about making as many credits as possible. And at any time, depending on how gutsy you are, you just go here, and in taking over a planet is set up pretty much the way the other one is. You know, you've got wave after wave. You have to protect your ship, your mother ship, until it can fire, and then once it fires, it kills the planets. So, as always, in our dry lock, we can do customize any kind of thing you want to do. With me, the only problem I ever have with this Starpoint is I get confused what direction my ship is pointing at. So that's why you guys always see some weird little fun thing here in the front. Alrighty, folks. Now I want to talk a little bit different here. We just took a look at the Ashari, and we're going to take a look at the pirates next. And we're going to go in. I'm going to show you guys how it's set up. So hold on one second, and we'll be right back. Alrighty, ladies and gents, we are back, and we are pirates. And oh, goodness, as you can see, it's a lot different of a setup than what we're used to dealing with. Our star chart is, of course, completely crapped out. Now, we are down here in this corner, and there is a planet down here. But as we come on in, you can see there's nothing. We have the triad, which is on our side, which is a good thing. We do have a research station. Alright, so you can see you start with a couple War Masters, a very small fleet.
We have no other sensors. You're free to...
What our little baby ship has. What it's gonna do. Come on, little ship. I'm used to flying dreadnoughts into these stations, so here's a itty bitty little baby. And alright, so you have this to begin with. Now we can start with, of course, 7 million credits. And you've got this fleet to work with. It's the one that they named the ships after various Norse mythology. Odin, Ragnarok. And that's a damn good ship, too. That one actually does really well against everybody. If I remember correctly, yeah, look at that. 9 turrets in front, 7 on the sides, and 8 in the back, so you can really focus ships down. But of course, we've got the shipyard, and you know, the normal things. Skills and perks, you start with 14, and then you go and you get your unused perk points. Now, I'm not sure if you can reset these, but I would assume if, you know, you're on the side of somebody and you get into their glatomatrix. Oh, it's a hard word to say. You should be able to change things up. So you can see we start out, we've got 3, and I think these are all the bad ones. Of course, because we're a pirate on our side, so we should be able to go to all of those stations, those planets, and then everybody else hates us. There's no love. It's just hate. And of course, the only thing that seems somewhat weird here is how we're going to build a fleet. Because when you jump out and you come out here, there ain't nothing. So we don't have a way to really make a fleet. And we get 6 frigates. And as you can see, you can't make anything. But I'm sure as we capture ships, it's probably what it is. And of course, we've got the bounties. And as always, if you want to come hunt me down, bring it. If you have the Deadly Dozen DLC, that is. So there's a quick rundown of what the pirates are like. Alrighty, ladies and gents, so there you go. If you want to see the alien scenario live streamed, please smash that like button. Let me know down in the comments that you want to see aliens. And if you want to see the pirates, same exact thing. As always, there will be links in the description to Steam as well as the pricing, because it is different throughout the world with the various currencies. So please like, favorite, and subscribe. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. It was informative for you. Share, share, share. Let's help the devs out. Get this thing kicking some ass. They have done just phenomenal. Remember, this is not a AAA title. This is indie. And wow. So please, keep your heads down, your ship's up, and I'll see you again real damn soon.